piece I'm working on is about liberty, justice, and the goddess of Mat, especially the symbolism of liberty across civilizations and time, and how women are represented as the goddess of this. She is an Egyptian goddess who weighs the feather of truth against someone's heart when they die to determine if they get into the afterlife. In my painting, she weighs it against an olive branch, a symbol of freedom. It brings me peace to think about the power of good in the world and how I believe that the skills of justice will always persist in humans. I believe that if we hold the power of truth in our hearts, that we as a collective can make the world a better place. So I did a little art haul today. Just kind of wanted to show you what I got because these are like my essentials, and then I got a new canvas, even though I haven't finished anything lately. And I got a brush cleaner because I've decided that I cannot be mean to my brushes anymore. But I broke 3 of my favorite brushes. So I was kind of in shambles. I tried to glue them back with my nail glue. But this morning I was like, I just need to go and actually like make a point to clean my brushes and take care of them and just, you know, treat my stuff better. I try to like reduce and reuse like everything that I have, so I keep a lot of like old grimy crusty brushes just for like when if I need some texture or things like that, but I'll show you what I got. So these 3 are my favorites and they're all half off today, so I got them for like 10 bucks. So I love these little angle shaders. They're good for everything. I'd use them on the entire canvas if I let myself. Especially for like line work and stuff like that, even having like a new crisp brush that has all the bristles aligned and it's not really crusty is like essential. Then I got a slightly bigger one, because why not? They're my favorite. And then I got also a slightly bigger one of that too. And then to actually clean my brushes, I got a brush tank. You can fill them with whatever you want to clean your stuff. I was trying to do oil because I like to try to do everything as non-toxic as possible, but I think I'm actually gonna have to start using something a little harsher to get my brushes clean and take care of them. But it comes with a little spiral, like a metal coil. You can just wipe your brush across the coil and it helps clean it in a more gentle way than scrubbing it into a towel or just letting it rot on my desk. Tonight I have nothing planned but to paint and hang out, so I'm excited to break in new wares. Welcome to happy hour. So I've been doing this fun little thing lately where I've been taking my time after work to just come outside when it's nice. I'll bring a nice little fun bev. I have my lemon berry kombucha. And just kind of plan out my week. I feel like labeling it happy hour and getting to spend some time outside has been really fun compared to making it feel like admin work. So I highly recommend it. It's very whimsical. And I don't really like have a set plan. Like I'll do some editing or post on social media or kind of like get out some of those tasks that I don't really like to do when I'm in my creative mode. Also, it's been really fun diving into Substack and finding out, like, I don't know, just getting some creative inspiration and ideas to think about. I feel like when I try to force myself to do something that I don't want to do, I don't know, like, jumping from like work into art, sometimes it makes me feel like not doing it because it's like I haven't had a break all day. I am still not into that mode, so having this little nice outside time just kind of lets me reset and like look forward to it rather than trying to force myself directly into something. I feel like one of the things too that's like hard about being like a creative or making time for your art is like always saying no to people and like saying no to plans and kind of building your life around your art, which is like usually alone and like sometimes can be really lonely. So I feel like also taking little things like this, little happy hours, always kind of relieves a little bit of that pressure sometimes, like, and just like letting yourself have like enjoyment and like vibe out and do the stuff that you like by yourself, without having to like really commit to something with other people. I feel like I get asked all the time or like talk to people all the time about like, oh, like I wish I could do that, I wish I could be talented, or I always wanted to draw or paint or be an artist or be creative, and I have all these ideas, and you know, and then I'll always ask people later after a few months of not seeing them, and I'll be like, oh, like have you used that journal I got you, or have you painted anything, or, and I feel like people have a hard time of like creating time for themselves to actually pursue these interests or hobbies or things that they feel like they're drawn to but just haven't fit into their life yet. Creating fun spaces for yourself to be able to find inspiration and let yourself be creative and things like that is important. I feel like I used to be very harsh on myself when I first started things, and I wanted to succeed so bad that I just wasn't super nice to myself in a way where I just like feel like I'm constantly having to like work and like anything else is kind of a distraction. But I don't know, it's okay to have like fun while you're doing stuff. Like I feel like making your situation a vibe and like making your space a vibe and like letting yourself listen to music and light candles and I don't know, like doing stuff like that makes it more fun than like a task or a chore, you know? Like I'm not in an office or in a school, like I'm in my own space, and if I can do my admin work and post on so-and-so and figure out my planning for the week while having a vibey time, then why not? I highly recommend. I'd say it's a 10 out of 10. Today I kind of wanted to start out with a little bit of my poetry that I've been working on. One of the things I struggle with as an artist is being able to like put my feelings into words. I feel like I was really bad at communicating as a kid, and then as I got older I just like learned how to paint. So I'm working on poetry and songwriting in an effort to be better about like feeling cringy and being honest with myself. Like no one's gonna read this, you know, and so I I have to like get past that block of feeling judged by myself or watched or any kind of those obstacles that hold me back from really expressing myself. And I feel like that'll make me a better person, an artist, and things like that. I have like my dream sketches in here too, and I remember having this dream and like waking up and like can't even have the motor function to to like hold a pen yet, and I was like sketching out my dream where it was like me, but I had like a face and a head on the back of my head that like told me what to do and shit. Kind of Voldemort, kind of like a little Voldemort vibe. But I thought this was really funny, just like no date, no notes, and this little face is hilarious to me. So I wrote this in February. I struggle a lot through the winter as far as just feeling motivated. It just feels like such a darker and heavier time. So this is from a few months ago, but it's kind of reflecting on my winter this year. This winter was not as brutal as the last, emotionally. I missed the green, of course, but instead I feasted my eyes on the fawn brown, sleeping bark, a sea of trees who have also lost their leaves. We bear the cold together. I saw the beauty in it this time, the goddess does that huddled together, Mother Earth's bare skin, the agile and balanced squirrel's tail, my natural roots that outgrew their copper dye. Not a juicy red grape, but rather the beauty and potential of the humble brown seed. A promise of the possibility if you hold patience. And though the sun grew shy and skies gray, there's something beautiful about man and nature holding out together for brighter days. And I often forget the darkest nights bear the brightest stars. But I was reading that and I was like, oh my god, wait, it's actually kind of good. Of course, the last line is not mine, but it's one of my favorite quotes or sayings or things that I really like keep in my heart a lot of the time. So yeah. Okay, so I also finished this one. I may come back to it. I feel like it's just not like ever gonna be as good as I want it to be, which is fine. Like every painting I make does not need to see the public eye. Like obviously it's just me and you, so I'll show you this. But as far as like posting and like making prints and telling people it's a finished piece, like I probably won't do that. I don't know. It's just like, I liked the concept. I like what I worked through to make it and the ideas that I had behind it. But the actual execution of the piece is not where I really want my stuff to be. Which is okay. It's all a learning experience anyway.